Arthur and the Knight's Quest. In a small village nestled in the heart of a medieval kingdom, there lived a boy named Arthur. Arthur dreamed of becoming a brave knight, like the ones he read about in stories. He spent his days practicing with a wooden sword and shield, imagining himself on grand adventures. Arthur's village was peaceful, but there was always talk of the nearby dark forest, where many said a fierce dragon lived. The villagers were too afraid to go near it, and tales of the dragon's fiery breath and powerful wings filled the air. One day the king's messenger arrived in the village with urgent news. The king has declared that whoever can bring back proof of the dragon's existence will be knighted and rewarded with a place in the royal guard, he announced. Arthur's heart raced with excitement. This was his chance to prove his bravery and become a real knight. He hurried home to tell his parents. His mother looked worried, and his father shook his head. "Arthur, it's too dangerous. You're just a boy," they said. But Arthur was determined. "I can do it. I know I can," he insisted. After much pleading, his parents finally agreed, but only if Arthur promised to be very careful. With a bag of supplies and his trusty wooden sword, Arthur set off toward the dark forest. As he entered the forest, Arthur felt a shiver run down his spine. The trees were tall and twisted, and shadows danced on the ground, but he kept his courage, remembering his dream of becoming a knight. Deeper into the forest, Arthur heard a loud roar. His heart pounded, but he pressed on. Soon he came to a clearing and saw the dragon, its scales glistening in the sunlight and its eyes glowing fiercely. Taking a deep breath, Arthur stepped forward. "Great dragon, I come in peace," he called out. The dragon turned its massive head toward him and spoke in a deep, rumbling voice. "Why have you come here, little one?" Arthur stood tall. "I seek proof of your existence to show the king. If I bring back proof, I will be knighted and can help protect my village." The dragon's eyes softened. "You are brave, young Arthur. Many have come to fight me, but you are the first to speak with respect." Arthur was surprised. "You know my name." "I know many things," the dragon replied. "I will give you a scale from my back as proof. But promise me this: use your bravery to protect, not to harm." Arthur nodded solemnly. "I promise." The dragon gently plucked a shimmering scale from its back and handed it to Arthur. With the precious scale in hand, Arthur thanked the dragon and hurried back to his village. When he arrived, the villagers were amazed. Arthur presented the scale to the king's messenger, who took it to the king. True to his word, the king knighted Arthur and welcomed him into the royal guard. Arthur's parents were proud, and the villagers cheered for their new hero. Arthur had proven that true bravery came from the heart, not from fighting. And so Sir Arthur spent his days protecting the kingdom, always remembering the dragon's words and using his bravery to help others. He became known as the kindest and bravest knight in all the land, showing that even a boy from a small village could become a hero.